What is going on, guys? It's Rob from Heroes Avenue. Happy Friday. Hope you guys are all doing well today. We have a lot of things to talk about today. Now, there are going to be three main things, but I do have a lot to say about each of the topics. We're going to be talking about the Ray Fisher situation versus WB, which escalated to a whole new level just a few hours ago when he dropped a bombshell audio recording in his conversations with the WB investigator. And it's pretty telling why so many people are supporting him, but I will talk about both sides of the argument and the whole situation in general in a second. We're going to also talk about the Mortal Kombat first look images that we got, and they are awesome. I cannot wait for the trailer that we're going to be getting soon. And we're also going to be talking about Chris Evans and the rumor that he's coming back as Cap in the MCU. So, a lot of things to talk about. We're going to be kind of doing this live stream style where I'm just kind of talking to the camera. I'm sipping on some whiskey. It is Friday night. Again, I do want to say sorry for anyone who was on the live stream on Monday. My computer literally shut off on me and would not turn back on, and it still has been giving me issues. So I won't be doing live streams until I get my new computer in early February. So thanks, guys, for joining in. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's get into the stories. So first story I got to talk about is the Ray Fisher situation, which has just been dominating the Twitter sphere and the social media sphere. So much support for Ray Fisher. The hashtag I stand for Ray Fisher has just been trending, and people are not letting up for good reason. But I will talk about some maybe reasons why that things are happening the way they are, at least from my point of view, and you guys can let me know what you guys think, because it's definitely a conversation. I definitely want to know what the different viewpoints are out there. So here's the situation. Before I get into the audio, I got to give you some context. So 2 days ago, on the 13th, Ray Fisher was on Twitter, and he dropped this kind of scathing rant via like some text images that he dropped about Walter Hamada, and he did indeed confirm he has been removed from the Flash movie, and this really outraged a lot of people, and then it outraged people even more when you go into what he had to say. He goes into a lot of the reasons or a lot of the ways that Walter Hamada really enabled Joss Whedon and Jeff Johns and their abusive and overreaching behavior on the set of Justice League. And Ray Fisher even goes on to say in that he will submit all of this via polygraph testing just to prove that what he's saying is truth, and that he can really back this up. So right after that, basically, you get the trades coming out, and kind of this is really something that we were expecting. Hollywood Reporter comes out with an article. Warner Media stands by Walter Hamada after new Ray Fisher accusations. So I'm not going to read all of the quotes here, but you did get quotes from notable people like Ann Sarnoff, who did stick by her friend Walter Hamada. Of course, this was to be expected, at least in my opinion. People in power are going to protect others in power, especially in this whole WB situation, in which a lot of this type of stuff has been happening for a long time. So me personally didn't expect them to do anything about Walter Hamada. He just renewed his contract recently, so he's going to be like the VP for Warner Brothers for a long time. Or I can't remember if that was his position, but he's going to be in a position of leadership for a long time now, because this was kind of them doubling down with their support. So it's really tragic, this whole situation with Ray Fisher versus Walter Hamada and WB, because just a few maybe days or weeks before, Ray Fisher did issue an ultimatum in which he said he will no longer work with any project in which Walter Hamada is involved in. And really, Ray Fisher, in saying that, really put himself in a really hard position, because, again, people in power are going to protect others in power, and they double down with Walter Hamada, and with Ray Fisher saying that's why he's effectively removed from the Flash movie. So Warner Brothers just decided to move on. Ray Fisher, although, has not moved on, because he just dropped this audio. I'm going to play it for you right here. We're going to listen to it together, and we're going to go ahead and comment on it. So, again, if you didn't believe Ray Fisher before because he was a little bit vague with his claims, he didn't really specify exactly what the abuses were that Joss Whedon and Jeff Johns committed. here we go. Let's just listen to his audio.
Know that this is a very time-consuming process, and I know this has not been an easy one by any means. And if ever there were any points in time where I seemed defensive or please.
Ray, you've been a gentleman. You've been a gentleman, and I'll say you've been a man of your word. And that is what we have reported to the company, which is that you told us you would give us names, you gave us names. You told us you would meet with us on a particular day at a particular time. You never tried to reschedule it. You met us. You even gave us information after that. You've been a man of your word. You are someone that we have found extremely credible. And the fact that you risked so much is part of what lends itself to your credibility. But just also, the facts speak for themselves.
So that last little quote right there really, really got to me. The facts speak for themselves. This is Ray Fisher talking to WB's independent investigator, and she just talks so much about how he's such a credible person. He handled everything with integrity, and that the facts speak for themselves. So she must have relayed her information over to WB, but WB didn't seem to want to get out of the business of Jeff Johns, and Joss Whedon apparently left his most recent project. But this is what Ray Fisher is fighting against. He is trying to change the culture in Hollywood, a culture that has existed for such a long time. And I imagine he's not the only one who's gone through things like this, but he is choosing to take his stand now, and he's ready to walk away from the cyborg role. Though a lot of us are just getting a little taste of it, and we'll get our real first taste in March with the Snyder Cut coming out. So it's really, really tragic, this whole situation. Now, a lot of people, and including myself, I did have these thoughts even recently about the vagueness of what he was talking about. He didn't really throw the allegations out there, but you got to remember that in an investigation, in this whole situation, Ray Fisher was really careful with his words because of the fact that he was talking to lawyers, and he wanted to make sure that he didn't do anything on his end to where he can get into trouble and get sued. So when you hear Ray Fisher talk very delicately and really dance around with the way he explains the situation, it's really because I believe he's doing it in a way where he cannot get himself into trouble. So he releases this audio, which kind of reinforces the fact that, hey, he had some credible claims, and the facts speak for themselves, in the words of the investigator. So I really got to say, man, Ray Fisher, although he may be in the right in this fight, oftentimes you got to really pay a price to take a stand, and Ray Fisher is indeed paying the price right now with his removal from the Flash. Now, I do want to end this little segment on a more positive note. I haven't been on Ray Fisher's Instagram lately myself, but I have been on Twitter, and people have been saying that Ray Fisher mentioned on Instagram, that he is in still conversations with Warner Media, and they're still trying to find a good way to resolve this situation. Now, that is good news to me, because obviously I want to see Ray Fisher come back. I want to see the Snyder Cut and how it does, but he's supposed to be the heart of the movie. So I definitely want to see Ray Fisher return. And he seems like such an incredible guy, and I hope he gets more acting jobs after this. But it's really if that is true and he still is having conversations, then that's really exciting for me, because he really put an ultimatum out there, and I don't know how many people were expecting WB to fire Walter Hamada, but I just didn't think that was realistic. You're gonna throw him out there, you're gonna throw him to the fire. You're gonna really expose him for what he is. But a lot of the times, it doesn't work out in the most ideal situation. A lot of the times, it's really hard to go against power. And for me myself personally, I didn't think that people were gonna. Hamada wouldn't get fired. A lot of people were calling on Ben Affleck and Ezra Miller to speak up. I just didn't think that was going to happen, and we're not seeing it happen. I think if they would have done it, it would have happened by now. And it's really kind of unfortunate because you get a situation like when Gal Gadot said she would never work with Brett Ratner, I believe it was. Brett Ratner was gone. She was off the project, and I forget which project. Was it Wonder Woman that he was kind of producing? But when Gal Gadot spoke, he was gone. But Walter Amada's in a much higher position of power. So this is really hard. And Jeff Johns is so entrenched in the world of DC, and they've really adapted a lot of his storylines, and they're really in the business of Jeff Johns, and he's producing shows like Doom Patrol and Stargirl right now. So it's a hard position for both Ray Fisher, Warner Brothers, and everyone. So to try to hold people accountable, really difficult. I do hope Ray eases on. I know it's accountability over entertainment, but I do hope he eases on his ultimatum just a bit, because I do want to see the situation resolved, and I do want to see him continue to work as Cyborg. So that's all I have to say. What do you guys think about the whole situation? Do you think there is a right side or a wrong side? Do you believe Ray Fisher? Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. But I got to say, hashtag I stand with Ray Fisher. Let's go ahead and go into the Mortal Kombat images. These are actually awesome, and we got our first look from Entertainment Weekly, and it's a very lengthy article. I really suggest that if you are a Mortal Kombat fan or you've been hyped to this movie, check out this article because they go in deep into their rationale behind the movies and the images and things like that. But let's just go through these images. I'm going to talk about them, and I got to say, guys, I have not played Mortal Kombat for the past few games. I understand that this latest game is supposed to be amazing. I really got to catch up on this. So I may be lost on the most recent up-to-date stories on Mortal Kombat, but I do got to say, I have been a fan of the games for a long time, grew up with it. I loved the movie. I know a lot of people hate on that movie, but I loved the movie from the 90s. But let's go into this first image right here. So this is supposed to be Sub-Zero and Scorpion before they become and become the Sub-Zero and Scorpion that we know from the games. And man, there is supposed to be so much brutality in this movie and so much bloodshed. And this is apparently from the first 10 minutes of the movie. This Kuni, I'm not sure how to really say it, guys. Correct me in the comments, but this Kuni that Sub-Zero is holding right now is supposed to be the one that Scorpion uses to eventually do his kind of signature, get over here move. So really great to see. I'm not really familiar with the Sub-Zero actor, but the Scorpion actor, I believe he's been in a ton of movies that I've seen. I really love this guy. So super exciting. Then we got Louis Tan playing what appears to be a brand new character in, what's his name? They're calling him Cole right here. So it's supposed to be a brand new character, possibly a character that we see the movie through, like kind of the lens we see the whole situation playing out. But in all these pictures, we don't see a Johnny Cage, so I'm wondering if this is really Johnny Cage or if this is really a guy named Cole. Because I'll be disappointed if we don't get no Johnny Cage in this movie, I gotta say. And if Louis Tan was Johnny Cage, that'd be awesome. But right now they're saying he's this guy named Cole. And yeah, so don't know what to say about that. He's supposed to be this boxer who has a daughter that he's really, this is his everything. And we're going to see a lot of the things play out through Cole's eyes, I believe. And this is the image that excited me the most. This is the image of Sub-Zero, of course, creating what is either an ice sword or an ice dagger. And this is just so awesome. You get it's weird that he has a little M on the top of his head, but you get a little peep of his mask through that little hole in the spear or sword. And oh man, they are going to go full comic book in this movie. They talk about it a lot. They talk about how they're going to bring signature fatalities into this movie, and I'm really here for it because it's just been so long since we got an adaptation like this. And I know the budget's not as high as maybe one would like, but I really think these guys are going to go all out with this movie. Here we got Jax. We got Jax. The man, this image really looks like Steve Harvey to me. But we got Jax here. I guess this guy was on Supergirl. I don't watch Supergirl. So if you guys are fans of Supergirl, that must be awesome for you. But Jax, oh my God. Look at the strength that he kind of embodies in this image. I'm super hyped to see Jax. I'm glad he already has the mechanical arms, and we don't have to see him without them or maybe we will. I'm not sure, but it's good to see Jackson here. We got Sonya Blade versus Kano right here. I really love the Sonya Blade. It was like Pete Sampras' wife back in the 90s. I had a huge crush on her in the movies, and this looks like it's going to be a badass interpretation of Sonya Blade, and Kano's relationship is kind of I'm glad we're going to see more of that in here. We get Kano. He doesn't have yet the metal eye with the kind of Terminator look going on. Maybe we'll see it in the movie. Maybe we'll see it towards the end. But yep, I'm digging it. So, and then we got this image of Liu Kang and Kung Lao, and this is a pretty dope image. The only kind of gripe I might have with it is that the fire does really look unrealistic here. I think they could have done a better job, but again, they're not operating with the highest budget, but I do think it's very game accurate. I love the kind of pose that Kung Lao has going on, and we are probably going to see his hat do some insane things. So I'm really, really excited for this movie, guys. I'm really curious to know, especially if you guys have been big Mortal Kombat fans, what do you guys think of it? Is my hype justified for these images? Now we're going to be seeing a trailer soon, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about this, guys. Lastly, we're going to be talking about Chris Evans. I was going to talk more about this in the live stream, more about the Marvel situation. Tonight, actually, WandaVision has dropped 2 episodes. I'm about to watch it after I shoot this video. Captain America eyes return to the MCU as Chris Evans nears a deal to reprise his role in a future Marvel project. I'll go ahead and read a little bit from Deadline here. In a move that is sure to rock the Marvel Cinematic Universe, sources tell Deadline that Chris Evans is cleaning off the dust of his Captain America attire as he expected to reprise his role in the MCU in some form. It's still vague whether the deal is closed, but insiders say it's headed in that direction for Evans to return as Steve Rogers, Captain America, in at least one Marvel property with the door open for a second film. Sources add it's likely to be a new Captain America installment and more likely to be like what Robert Downey Jr. did after Iron Man 3, appearing in such films as Captain America, Civil War, Spider-Man Homecoming. So Chris Evans apparently had no comment about this. I think he tweeted out, "It's news to me." But I'm not going to go into the whole article. You guys can check it out. But I'm just going to go ahead and talk about what people have been saying, that it could be an interpretation of one of the most recent comic books in which he is an evil Hydra agent in some sort of multiverse. Others are speculating that he is going to be brought back, and actually they're going to continue his story. Whatever way they do, I do have some thoughts on it. Now, I've come to peace with the fact that no one in the Marvel Universe ever can really be counted off as dead. I do expect Robert Downey Jr. to come back in the future in some form or fashion. So I've come to peace with that. I know some people haven't, and I know people will bash the MCU because of it. But because I've come to peace with it, I got to say, while I do think his story was really well concluded at the end of Endgame, if we get some more Captain America, I'm going to watch it. Like Chris Evans is Captain America. I don't want to see him come back in any other form or fashion. If they did, what's going to be annoying though? If he did come back as evil Captain America, Marvel's not going to get no gripe for that. Though we see Superman do some questionable things in his movie in which he snapped a neck to save all of mankind, then they get so much backlash for it. So I will get a little irritated if he comes back evil and then everyone just kind of showers the movie with like love and affection. I do think that would happen if he came in as evil, just because I think DC just gets a bad rap sometimes, and maybe people will say that it was earned in the MCU, but yeah, that'll be a whole argument for when it does happen. But I would be down to see that, to be honest. Chris Evans is Captain America. I don't want to really see anyone else in the role. There was talks that other people might take up the mantle in this Elseworlds type thing, but I think when the movie theaters finally open up and they bring back Chris Evans, they're really trying to capitalize on the amount of money they can make off of this. And again, it's show business. And the role of the whole industry is to make money, and make good movies comes second, I guess. So yeah, I gotta say, I would be excited for it. I think it's gonna happen. I thought it was bound to happen. I didn't believe for 1 second that he was gonna be gone for good. And I don't believe any MCU character or actor who says they're gonna be gone for good. But that's just me. That's the thing that I've come to accept already with the MCU. And again, the DCU is in its infancy, and I expect a lot of that to happen is if people do die off in the DCU as well. I do expect to see more of them. That's just because these are such iconic characters. And we do have a lot of MCU coming up. We got the WandaVision tonight. There's rumors that we're going to see, or there's supposed to be, apparently there's like leaked images of what is the Winter Soldier TV show, Falcon and Winter Soldier, in which Falcon is wearing his own Captain America suit. There's supposedly a leak out there. I haven't checked it out. Don't intend to check it out. But yeah, we have a lot of good things coming down the pipeline as comic book fans and just pop culture fans in general. So that's all I got to say for today, guys. Again, I did want to apologize for anyone who was on that live stream. I did post it on our Twitter account that we were live streaming, had it all ready, had the graphics ready and everything. It was set to be a great show, and my computer just keeps crapping out on me. So again, we'll be back on a live stream soon. Stay tuned for that, guys. Really interested to see what you guys think about these 3 topics. So let me know in the comments down below what you think. Thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy this, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.